Before we start, I just want to say this is not sponsored. It's not an ad. I wasn't asked to do this. I just feel like I should do this because it's very much a YouTube community-driven story, I guess. So yeah, let's take a look at this thing. What's up, guys? Tony Hannity's here with Lazy Tech TV, and if you've been following this channel from all the way back to even Lazy Tech Guys, you know that I've been reviewing phone cases as well as cases for the tablet and even the computer. But while there is a case for every single one of you out there, I really felt like there must be a much better case for me, and I might have found it. But before we get into that, make sure that you guys have liked this video, subscribe to the channel, and also hit that bell for notifications when we do upload a new video. Plus, if you're into gaming or want to watch a live recording of a podcast, the Still Recording Podcast, please follow my Twitch, which you can find in the link in the description down below. But let's move on. Let's talk about cell phone cases. The beautiful thing about cases is that you can fully customize and personalize a case to you. So if you're into pink flowers, go ahead and get a pink flower case. If you like dinosaurs and rhinoceroses on a case, sure, who am I to tell you otherwise? Go and do your thing, boo-boo. But for me, I have gone from getting one of those big honkin' OtterBox style Defender cases that I knew was never going to break the phone, and little by little got into cases that were a little bit more minimalistic, but still protected the phone all the way around. Enter Spigen. This is the Spigen case that I got when I initially got my iPhone 11 Pro Max. And, you know, I've had it for less than a year, but for that time, it's been very good. It's a little flimsy, but it's been very protective of the phone. I have dropped the phone purposefully on the ground, so it would just, you know, get away from me. I don't have to explain myself to you. But even when I dropped it, it was fine. The case did its job and it did what it's supposed to do. But it's ugly. It's ugly. Like, even without all these, like, scratches and whatever other marks these are, that's weird. It's just ugly. It fades in the sun, and it collects dust, and it just, you know, it's not as appealing as it is when you first take it out of the box. And while I don't have the financial fortitude or ability, rather, to create my own case, somebody out there in the industry and in our YouTube space is, and his name is Lou. Lou from Unbox Therapy. If you haven't checked out his channel, how would you find me without knowing who he is? I don't know how, but hello. Unbox Therapy, they unbox things from phones to cameras to even cars, but he had recently created his own line of cases called Latercase. And so with Latercase, you have a material that is 0.6 millimeters thick. That's super thin. And you can see that on the phone right here. It is immensely thin. And one might say that's too thin. But according to the website and according to people that have purchased it and all the testing that they've done, it is remarkably strong and sturdy. The other thing I really like about the Latercase case is that when you're touching the buttons of the phone, you're actually touching the buttons of the phone. You're not touching some sort of built-in button built into the case. You're not becoming one with the phone, but you're not communing with the phone, but I know it sounds weird, but you're respecting the phone for what you bought it for. You spent maybe close to $1,000 on this phone and you're going to cover it all the way up, then what was the point? So having a case like this gives you the ability to protect it, but also still fully appreciate the phone's design, its makeup, and all the engineering hours that Apple, or any company for that matter, has put into the phone and even its buttons. And when I say any company, I don't mean any company, but Latercase doesn't just make cases for the iPhone. You've got it for the Pixels, a bunch of Samsung Galaxy phones, as well as Huawei and even OnePlus. So pretty much all the heavy hitters in the market right now. It's compatible with wireless chargers. It's made from non-conductive aramid fibers, so it's not going to affect your signal strength. At least with this one, the antenna is right here at the top, and the Latercase has a nice big cutout for it, just for that reason. And lastly, they even took the extra effort to put a border around the camera, so when you place the phone flat on a flat surface, the camera lenses aren't being scratched up. It's those little things that you don't really think about, but when you have it in your hand and you're actually using it on a daily basis, you think to whomever, thank you for thinking about that, because I don't want a scratched up camera lens. So this is less of a review and more of an impressions, because I've only had it for about a week. So my first impressions are, so far so good. 8 out of 10, I would say. And if I haven't said this already, this is not an ad. This is not a sponsored post. No one's paying me to do this. No one's paying me to say anything. I don't have any kind of affiliate link, and nothing's like embedded. So if you go check out Latercase.com, awesome. If you don't, awesome. If I were to be fully honest, I would rather you check out twitch.tv/LazyTechTony. But my initial thought when I heard Lou was doing a case, I felt like just because you know good from bad doesn't necessarily mean you know how to engineer good from bad. You know what I mean? Like, in my opinion, I know what makes a good movie. I'm not going to go make one. I just know what makes a good movie. There's plenty of smarter people that can actually make one. So maybe I was a little skeptical at first when I first heard that Lou had done this, and I kind of forgot that he had done this. And then when Phil Defranco from Philly D in his channel, when he had brought up that Lou is doing this, I thought, you know what? For 30 some odd dollars, I'll give it a shot. What's the worst that could happen? I'll probably do a recap in a couple of months to let you guys know how it's been between now and then, if it's gotten better, if it's gotten worse, and that would be like a full-on review. But for right now, these are just my impressions of the Unbox Therapy Latercase. Or I guess it's not really Unbox Therapy, it's just Lou and Lou what's his last name? I don't even know. Latercase.com. Go check it out. As for me, make sure you follow me here on YouTube. Hit that bell, subscribe, do all those things. You know, smash that like button. Thank you. But also, as I mentioned before, I do stream on Twitch, so go ahead and check that link in the description down below. Twitch.tv/LazyTechTony. Would love to have you in the audience. And for all of our other socials, you can find that in the description as well. If you have any questions or comments about this, there's dogs running around. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave that in the comments section down below. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram under Lazy Tech TV. And we'll talk to you guys in the next one. Like.